So this article came out today that I just skimmed through briefly, and while I was skimming through it, I decided, yeah, I need to make a video on this because this is some huge news that Deadline just threw into a kind of like an innocent article, just kind of talking about the next Avengers film. If you read the title, if you've been online, you've probably seen it. The article says, with Deadpool and Wolverine set to save summer, Shawn Levy tops list to direct Marvel's next Avengers film. That is the headline. However, they throw in something in there that says basically, Avengers 5 will be Marvel's biggest production yet, featuring over 60 characters from Marvel Comics. Let's get right into this. Before we start, leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think of this news, who you want to see direct this. We're going to read through this article. We're going to give my thoughts and just theorize because this is crazy to me, and I'm shocked. Again, it says, with Deadpool and Wolverine set to save summer, Shawn Levy tops list to direct Marvel's next Avengers movie, The Dish. This was posted on June 4th at 2:23 p.m. Exclusive. As Deadpool and Wolverine tracks huge ahead of its July 26th release and looms as a summer box office savior, we can reveal that director Shawn Levy is the top choice and is having early conversations to direct another Marvel studio pick, the next Avengers movie. Now, I just want to stop right there. The next Avengers movie was supposed to come out and be Avengers 5, Avengers Kang Dynasty. But with all the Jonathan Majors stuff, it kind of got shelved, that title at least, not the movie, but the title. So the article does mention this, but we don't know what Avengers 5 will be called. A lot of people were theorizing maybe Avengers versus X-Men, which could make sense, and maybe I'll make a follow-up video on how that could really make sense with having 60 characters. You know, we could have a ton of characters from the MCU and then a ton of characters from Fox. Getting somebody like Shawn Levy would really prove that, I feel. But let's get more into it. Deadline hears that Levy has been given the latest script by Michael Waldron, though sources add that he's not given an answer on whether he will take the job, and the studio is still planning to meet with other directors while they wait on a decision from him. So again, it seems like Marvel wants Shawn Levy, but he don't really want them right now. He's trying to decide, do I want to take anything else? We're going to go through at the end of the video just kind of the list of things Shawn Levy has, because he has, I didn't even know this, he has a really great track record. We can't say for sure that Levy will take the job. He expects to be heavily involved as a director and an executive producer of the final season of Netflix's signature series, Stranger Things. And there's also a Star Wars film in his future. Still, the prospect of Levy steering the next Avengers makes a hell of a lot of sense as Marvel boss Kevin Feige continues to sort out the next iteration of his superhero empire. There have been 4 Avenger blockbusters, 2 directed by Joss Whedon, the $1.5 billion grossing The Avengers in 2012, and the $1.4 billion for the first sequel, The Avengers Age of Ultron, and 2 by Joe and Anthony Russo, the $2.5 billion grossing Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. Endgame's $2.8 billion global cume made it the highest grossing film of all time upon its release in 2019, until re-releases pushed James Cameron's original Avatar to $2.9 billion. Even with no director set and the script only recently coming in, Marvel has been working hard in recent months to pull this together so shooting can begin next year on one of Marvel's largest productions to date. Sources close to both the projects say more than 60 MCU characters could reprise their roles, including everyone from Mark Ruffalo, Chris Hemsworth, and Benedict Cumberbatch to Tom Hiddleston, Simu Liu, and Karen Gillan. Unlike the first 4 films, in which there was a core group that consisted of Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, Hemsworth, and Ruffalo, many of the characters in the film would have equal footing, making it more of an ensemble feature instead of a handful of characters leading the team. Let's stop right there. 60 characters from the MCU? Now, it says the MCU, so are we getting 60 MCU characters, 60 Marvel characters, Marvel Comics characters, 60, all together, like, new characters, old characters, people like Nicolas Cage or Ben Affleck as Daredevil, and just, like Ghost Rider, things like that. Are we going to get all these returning characters? I mean, that is the rumor for Secret Wars. Could we potentially see kind of like an Infinity War and Endgame setup where Avengers 5 will obviously lead into Avengers 6 Secret Wars? Because that is still confirmed that Avengers 6 will be Avengers Secret Wars. It's just, what will Avengers 5 be? The original plan was to have Avengers Kang Dynasty and then a year later have Avengers Secret Wars. So it's kind of throwing a little bit of a shuffle in the plan, but it's believed to me and many people that these two will lead into each other. Maybe they may even do a trilogy. I don't think that's happening, but maybe. But again, 60 characters, all with equal footing, so they're going to try to hash out everybody's story with 60 characters, over 60 characters? I just don't see that happening. That's crazy. I mean, that is really crazy. Plot details are unknown, and following Jonathan Majors' exit from the MCU as Kang, following his reckless assault conviction in December, it is unknown who the central villain would be, or if the film could potentially include multiple antagonists. The Avengers project is another huge swing for Marvel given the projects it will impact going forward, but in Levy, they would have a director with an inviolable track record of hits, many on a tentpole level, which the MCU demands. Levy's credits as directors range from The Night at the Museum's films to Pink Panther, Big Fat Liar, Date Night, Real Steel, Free Guy, The Atom Project, and the 7-night created series, All the Light We Cannot See. I also want to add Stranger Things, and like they said before, Deadpool and Wolverine, which is probably going to make already over $1 billion, even if it's not good, but it's going to be good. It's going to be good. I mean, he's got a lot under his belt. So, my question, what do you guys think? This is absolutely crazy. You know, Shawn Levy, again, I didn't know he had so much background to him like this. I feel like he's the top choice. My top choice would have been the Russo brothers, again, making them do another, at least 2 movies, because, you know, my favorite Avengers films usually revolve around the Russo's doings, but I heard there's a little bit of like drama behind that. I could be wrong, but we could see returning characters, I think, like Robert Downey Jr., who just recently said he was more open to becoming Iron Man yet again. You know, there's the rumor of Chris Evans having a show and Chris Evans coming back, Chris Hemsworth still doing it, and then everybody else is following a line. But then we have the old Fox X-Men, like we have Wolverine coming back with Hugh Jackman, Deadpool. But then, you know, there's tons of cameos that are set for Deadpool and Wolverine. That this honestly could add up with just how many cameos we're getting in Deadpool and Wolverine. I feel like we're getting over like 20 something at least. So for an Avengers film, and that's just Deadpool and Wolverine characters and X-Men, that's just covering X-Men. You know, we have the Eternals, we have the Fantastic Four with Pedro Pascal and all of them. So, you know, we could get those in the movies. I mean, it just is endless. Just endless. And I wonder if it's going to be more than one villain. Like they said in the article, it could be more than one villain, one more antagonist. Could be Doctor Doom, could be Kang, could be King Thanos, could be so many different things. Could be a ton of old Marvel villains like Whiplash and Red Skull and Gore the God Butcher and all, just a ton of them all coming together. It could be insane. And this is all for Avengers 5. I was thinking Avengers 6 would have them. So imagine if Avengers 5 is going to have over 60 new and old returning characters. What will Secret Wars have? I mean, it's got to be insane. Let me know what you think of this. Leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe. I am so excited after hearing this. Thanks for watching, and have an incredible day.